Hello everyone, my name is Darklack, and in this video we are going to be playing All the Mods 9. If you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as each and every one of those will help me reach my goal of eventually becoming a full-time content creator. And without further ado, without waiting, we are going to get started into our hardcore Let's Play series. And as you guys can see from right behind me, we got a pretty good spawn. As this spawn is right behind a village. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now really quickly, let's go ahead and get ourselves some wood to start. This is going to get us the resources we need to properly get some building materials to actually survive through the night. Because as of right now, we are severely under-defended, so we definitely need to get straight to that as fast as possible. We're going to go ahead and get this wood, and we're going to go ahead and, with this wood, we are going to go ahead and make a crafting table really quickly. So we got ourselves a crafting table. Also, we need to complete through these quests, because these quests... all of these different quests will give us really good starting rewards. And funnily enough, this is the next thing that we are going to be making, which is a crafting table on a stick. This is extremely helpful, as we will basically, with this item, if it will give me the achievement for it, which I guess it's not, so we're going to have to craft another one. So let's go ahead. Oh, nope, there it goes. It just took a second. But with this crafting table on a stick, not only are we going to get a little bit of XP for that, but we're going to be able to go ahead and actually open our crafting table using a keybind without actually having to place one down, which I can promise is going to be insanely helpful. So now that we have ourselves a crafting table, let's go ahead and actually check out this village here. This is a village, I believe, that is added from a mod? And it has some chests here. Ooh. That is a really good item. That is some really good armor. Gain resistance when attacked. That is gonna help us a lot. Plus, it gives us luck. Which, again, is gonna be insanely helpful. That is an iron golem. I don't wanna mess with that guy. Ooh, flower pots. Those are actually useful because there is a mod in here called, I believe it's pronounced botany pots. I always call them botany pots, even though I know that's incorrect. But there's also a good amount of loot in here. So forgive me if I say it wrong, but we have those pots in here. This is a really good spawn. This is a good place. And honestly, we should probably even do a little bit of villager capturing. And if you aren't sure what that is, basically there is a mod in here called Easy Villagers. What you can do with that is you can basically just shift right click. And as you can see in our hand, we got a little villager as an item. And these guys are really useful. The only annoying thing is these guys are going to make noise in my inventory. So, pretty soon we're not going to have them in our inventory. Ooh, there's some cookies. We love cookies. And there's the quest for the Easy Villagers mod. Which, this is going to give us something random, and it gave us a parrot spawn egg. I don't know how we're going to do that, or how we're going to use this. But hey, now we have it. We're going to get our clay. I don't think we need paintings. Let's go ahead and get some of these beds. I do know for a fact we're going to need the beds. And those villager noises, don't worry. We'll turn them off here soon. This is not going to be our main place that we are going to stay, so it is fine for us to go ahead and just loot everything. And that is a leather cap. E. Didn't mean to do that, but now we got another piece of armor, and we are starting to look really stylish. Let's go ahead and head over here. We gotta keep looting these. Again, all these flower pots are going to be so helpful later on. Like, my gosh, it is actually going to be really time-saving. As well as these bookshelves. We are going to take these bookshelves, and we are going to be using all of these. Trust me. Like, it may not seem like we're going to need them, but we're going to need them. This mod pack is absolutely massive. And this is a chest that's added from the Christmas update that came out. Of course, it has nothing in it, but it's a cool feature. So, ooh, what is this? This looks like a church or something. Ooh, and there's a chest back here with rotten flesh. They can keep that. But more importantly, there's a brewing stand here. Now, this is going to be extremely beneficial to us early on, as we're going to be able to get that brewing stand, and we're going to be able to get some really useful things. And that actually is really useful as well. This is Infirmium Essence. What this enables us to do is get into a mod called Mystical Agriculture. What that mod does is we basically get to grow seeds that have different items, like diamonds and other things. And yeah, you heard me right. We can grow literal diamonds from it. It is insanely good. Whoa! What is this room? This is wow. Hold on. We got diamonds. I was in shock for a second. We have diamonds now. That is insanely good. This leather chestplate isn't even as good as our leather one. It gives more armor, but it's not as good. These give us extra health. And then these are just copper leggings. And this is an enchanter relic from Forbidden and Arcanus. And this is actually a item from artifacts. This one gives us attack speed, which I'm gonna just straight up tell you is going to be so helpful, as we can now basically swing this every second instead of waiting for it to charge up. And we got ourselves an Iron Golem backpack. This is gonna be really useful. We are getting a really good start here. We're going to go ahead and put this down, and I believe to pick it up, you just do this, and if I hit this, we have ourselves a chest, basically, that we can carry with us. What an amazing start. We are off to an absolutely fantastic start. We're going to go ahead and put this leather cap away. Was there an iron cap in here? It doesn't look like it. And I don't know what this is. I'm not going to take it. I know I'm going to regret that, but... and there's also a good amount of coal here, so we can get our coal set up. There are so many villagers. Hold on. We're going to just yoink a couple of these guys. Oh, I'm just going through town square, picking up all the villagers. It's fantastic. It honestly is fantastic. Can we put... Oh, this is a crafting table. That is so useful. Like, actually, that is going to be so helpful as well. Let's go ahead and get ourselves these. Ooh, a shield. This is immediately amazing. On a hardcore run, getting max mana and armor, this basically just gave us free armor from a shield. That is so helpful. That is going to be extremely helpful. And as you can see off in the distance, that is an Apotheosis Tower. We are going to go ahead and go loot that. But first things first, let's skip through the night because we don't want to take any risks. Any risks made here could be very potent. That's why I'm also pretty scared to go do any sort of searching of any kind, because any searching that we do is going to have massive risk with it. We're going to hope that it doesn't get that bad, but knowing this mod pack, it's going to get bad. And now, we have an iron golem here. Now, what I want to do is I want to get our first pieces of iron First things first, let's get these books, because these books... Ooh, and we get a lantern. That'll be useful. The reason we need the books is for enchantment tables later on, because getting books is definitely a pain. And we have so much food right now. I accidentally placed down a stick. That's interesting. You could build up using sticks. Huh. Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and keep looking through here for chests. Ooh, lily pad. Lily pads are actually insanely useful in this pack. We're gonna go ahead and really quickly open up this. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in there in case we need it. And we're gonna throw that in there. But this is really useful because lily pads we're gonna be able to use to get lily pads of fertility. And those are insanely helpful, and I'll probably end up showing why later on. I have a lot of ideas for this mod pack, so hopefully it'll all go really well, and yeah, hopefully it all goes good. We're gonna need to find a place to base here relatively soon. Either that, or we're gonna need to make a place to base. Either of which is fine, but we ideally want to find a base and just make it our own for a little bit of time. Now we have some sheep. We're gonna go ahead and get these sheep for wool, because we are gonna need wool. Trust, we are going to need a lot of wool. What I want to do is I want to get leather so that we can make ourselves a backpack. And you're probably like, Dark, you already have a backpack. Yes, but there is another backpack mod in here that is significantly more powerful than the backpack that I just have on right now. And that is sophisticated backpacks. Also, this is a ravine. We do not want to fall into there right now. We are going to... Ooh, this is really useful. This is integrated dynamics. This is going to be really, really helpful. This is an enriched mineral log. So we're going to go ahead and break this, and that's going to give us crystallized mineral. Really useful. What we need is the sapling from this tree, so what I need to do is we're going to just go ahead and break that and get ourselves some saplings. These are going to be insanely useful, and I will show you guys later on as to why. First things first, though, let's go ahead and empty our inventory into here. And really quickly, because I'm pretty sure most people who play this mod pack don't know about this tip, but it's a really useful one that saves me a lot of time. There's actually a command that you can use called Ender Chest. And it basically gives you a free extra set of inventory space, which is incredibly useful. And this saves with you when you die. So, of course, it's not going to matter here because I'm playing hardcore. But it is incredibly useful, and I would highly recommend using it if you're just starting off. We are going to go ahead now and go into this Apotheosis Tower, which Apotheosis Towers have some really good loot, and this mod is basically focused around giving us really good loot. Our chestplate is an Apotheosis item. The blue on this that says Steel-Touched Leather, Tunic of Stubbornness, that is an Apotheosis enchant. And it also, in this tower, has a bunch of has a bunch of gems. This one's an epic one. We're gonna keep that. Anything that is, like an epic or above, I want to keep. Because we don't have storage for these right now. So just getting the epics are good. Also, as you can see, this is a chest. However, underneath this chest, there is a little bit of a nasty surprise. I only know this because this killed me once upon a time, and it was not very fun. So, we're going to go ahead now and open this up. We get emerald iron, a blue iron helmet, which gives us magic power and knockback resistance. And then a saddle. I don't know what we're going to use the saddle for, But I know that we're going to use that iron helmet. Alright, let's go out and actually look for a place to base now. Because now that we have basically a decent bit of starting materials, it would be very beneficial for us to find a base. So let's go ahead and look for a base. Now, I completely forgot that this was a feature whilst looking through here, to actually find somewhere nice once every, I believe, 2 hours or something like that, we get to use the command RTP, which basically randomly teleports us to a random location. We're going to go ahead and use that, and let's figure out where we end up. Hopefully we end up somewhere really nice, somewhere that is good to base. And as you can see, we found a good location, and now we just wait for it to render. Because we did just randomly teleport 3,000 blocks from spawn. So we definitely should give it a second to load. And as you can see, we spawned in what looks like to be a little bit of a mountainous biome, which is really neat. Also, we're going to go ahead and take these rose bushes, and you guys will see why later why that is important. Now, I was looking at the minimap, and I see this that is off in the distance on the map while looking around, and I also found some cows. So we are finally going to get our first leather. However, I think this is a bigger point of interest at the moment. So we are going to actually go ahead. We're going to go look inside this because it doesn't look like there's any hostile entities in there. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a sleeping bag from Comforts mod. This is a really useful mod as it allows you to basically sleep through the night without actually setting your spawn. Now that is really useful for a lot of different reasons. Because maybe you don't want to place down a bed or whatnot. This is going to be insanely helpful. Now, before we enter into this place, we're going to go ahead and sleep through the evening. And hopefully... I don't like that. Nope! That is... okay. Let's keep this in mind, because this is a bathhouse, apparently. This is supposed to have really good loot, but there are some entities in there, and they look really geared. So we're going to keep that in mind, but let's keep looking for a place to base. Now, this is some really cool terrain generation. I love the terrain generation in 1.20. It is so beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. Too bad we're not able to base here, because there isn't what we need around it. But this is a really cool place that we'll definitely have to keep in mind as we keep looking for a place to base. Well, guys, I think I have found the perfect place to base. As you can see, this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful biome. And as you can see from the mini-map, we are right next to a village up here, which I'm going to have to go check out. We're next to a forest, and we're next to a snow area, and we're also by the ocean. We're kind of just by everything over here. So I think this is going to be where we end up basing. Let's go ahead and check out this village over here first, because as you can see, we have a village over here. So let's go ahead and check this out, as this is probably going to be the village that we end up basing right across from. So let's go ahead and take a little look. So in here, we are going to go ahead and look through everything. And as you can see, we got lots of wheat, and we get a villager hat, which this is actually going to come in handy at a later point in time. Not right now, but it will in fact come in handy, and it'll be insanely useful. So this is also a really nice village. There's some pumpkins over here, which is really nice. Pumpkins are going to be used later on. Like, almost every block in this game, in this mod pack, everything does something. So you can never really go wrong with storing things and just gathering a bunch of resources. However, we are starting to... We definitely need to get down a base. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a cozy little base over here. And I'm just looking at the minimap, and across from us is actually a pumpkin field. What an amazing spawn. And here's a whole little mine. This place has everything. This is going to be the perfect place for us to start our base off. So, let's go ahead and... Ooh, this is rubber wood from GregTech. We're going to eventually be getting into GregTech. I look forward to it. And I believe I have found the perfect little area for us to set up base. It's nice and flat. It's in the middle, kind of in between everything over here. The village is here, the desert's right here, pumpkin patch, like everything. It's kind of just perfectly in the middle of everything. So, cue the speed montage of building the base. Honestly, after all of that, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We got a nice little area where we have some things cooking. For right now, we have this glass cooking, which I needed some glass at the time. We got ourselves some storage. We're going to go ahead and start cooking up ourselves some food. So we're going to now have food sorted out. We're going to get all of our stuff emptied into our storage that we didn't need. We can go ahead and start taking these guys out. Put these all away. And then ender chest. We're going to go ahead and take out everything. We're going to go ahead and store all of our valuables. Just make sure we can store whatever can fit into there. And put the rest in here. Perfect. So, some of you guys might be asking, what is this for? Well, I don't want this. I want this to kind of stay with the totality of the base. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this middle area into an elevator that goes down, and we're going to have a large labyrinth of things. And that's basically going to be how our base is going to go. Also, we've gotten a lot of quests, so we can claim a lot of this stuff. We get some more Infirmium Essence. That's pretty good. And that's it for that, really, honestly. That's honestly it for that. We get all this stuff. We don't need any of these books. It's just nice to have. Now, whilst we're here... There was a mine shaft that was outside, and also I do want to go ahead and place our bed down here, and we are going to basically make this our actual base. We're going to sleep through the night really quick, and honestly, this is super beautiful. Now, what I kind of want to do before the end of this episode is I want... to go ahead and get some resources, get some decent armor. We're going to go caving for a little bit, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to end up going for us. I'm hoping that with this set of armor, we should be fine. But just in case, we're also going to go ahead really quick, and then we're going to type here as /set home. That way, this will now be our home. And we will be able to, if we type /home, we'll be able to teleport here in case of emergencies. And then we're also going to go ahead outside here, and we are going to go ahead with our journey map. We're going to zoom in, and right here we are going to create a waypoint for home. Right there. Perfect. Now on the minimap, we have our little place set as home. Now, what I want to do, we're going to go ahead and do, whilst I was looking for resources, actually over here I found a cave. It wasn't a big one, but it was a decent-sized one. So we're going to head on into there, and also I saw that up there. I don't know what that's for, but it's probably for something interesting. But here is the cave that I found. Let's go ahead. We're going to craft up about a quarter of these into torches. And we're going to go ahead and just go right into here. There's some coal that is right here. Oh. So I think this is a big cave. Oh my. There's a lot of resources down there, but there's also mobs down there. We can try to get down there here in a minute. For now, let's go ahead and get this coal, because we're going to need a lot of this stuff. We're going to need a lot of coal early on. How do we get down here safely? I think the best course of action for us will be to go ahead and let's just dig down. Let's just go ahead and we are going to try mining down towards that area. We're going to go ahead and keep giving us a 1 block high area that we can go. And we are keeping the shield on this entire time. I do not want to risk anything bad happening. Oh my. Those spiders, I'm a little worried. But let's go ahead and head in here. We could go ahead and kill our first mob in our hardcore thing. I try to avoid these as much as possible because that's a lot of creepers. Where are all those guys coming from? That's not a normal amount of creepers. At least I don't think it is. So we're going to go ahead and try lighting up this area. And hopefully try to remove these mobs one by one. That's a brute. I don't want to fight that if I don't have to. That's zinc. We don't need that. That's bauxite. Again, we don't need that. I'm trying my best to avoid these mobs. If I can avoid confrontation, it's better. That's iron. We really need iron. So we're going to go ahead and try sneaking around here. Make sure we're lighting up this entire area. And we're going to try to go ahead and mine up this. This is quarried stone. This is a different kind of stone from Railcraft Reborn. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and get this iron. Nice. So now what we need to do. Just need to keep lighting up this area slowly. I think it's time for us to kill our first mob. Try to get this guy over here. There's our first mob kill. That resistance is going to be so helpful, by the way. Like, yes, it has a 15-second cooldown. But that is going to be so helpful. Now, with these creepers, I can be a little bit more lenient because creepers, they aren't going to, like, kill me. These guys kind of, I can just walk back and forth and whack. It's the skeletons I'm most worried about. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know what all is over there, but let's go ahead and light up this area. And there's some more iron over here. Ideally, we want osmium. Osmium is one of the best, if not the best, starting material in the game. So we're going to go ahead and grab as much iron as we can. Thought I heard a skeleton drop. I definitely got hurt. Let's go ahead and grab some coal and some copper. Copper is, as stated before, really important in the early game, and there's a lot of things that use it. That is tin ore. I don't think we're going to be needing tin ore. If there was iron ore, that'd be a different story. I don't know what this other mod over here is. Okay. I think we're good. So far, we're good. There's not many mob spawners here, which is actually kind of surprising. Okay, really quick before we continue, we need to quickly craft ourselves some more torches. We do not want any bad things happening, so we're going to go ahead and be extra careful. We're going to go ahead and run around here. Okay. And we can keep getting this iron. Iron is going to be so helpful early on. As you can see from this, we got ourselves a spider. Oh, that blew up. We need the string from the spider, so it's actually not a bad thing that these guys are spawning in. Okay, so it looks like we got this kind of area locked down. That's a good thing. This is a very good thing. Let's go ahead and get this copper. This copper is extremely useful because it will be used to make our basic ore hammers in the early game. Which, if you guys don't know, ore hammers are used to double ores. So our 10 iron that we have right now is going to become something like 25 once we're done with this whole trip. And we are out of sticks. So we need to head back now. Because I forgot to bring enough sticks for pickaxes. But even then, this run, I would say, is successful. And that is a witch. We do not want to fight that. But all in all, this run was pretty successful. We got ourselves 11 raw iron. And that is going to be insanely helpful. Now let's go ahead and head back to our base. Got an achievement for that, so that's cool. So we're going to head on back this way. Oh, wow. I didn't see this. This is another little area. Good to know. Good to know. Definitely we want to mark some of these locations so that we can come back to them. But right now, let's go ahead and head back to home. Which, I don't know if I saved the location because the marker isn't even here anymore. Interesting. Let's go ahead and replace that. Create waypoint. And this will be home. We'll make it this nice light blue. Save it. Perfect. So, let's go ahead and head on in here. Our home is over here. And we're going to go ahead now with all this coal that we got. We're going to turn this into tiny coal. Tiny coal is really useful. It gives the same length of smelt time as normal coal, except it's perfectly for one item. One coal normally smelts about 8 items. This way, coal doesn't go to waste, which is incredibly useful. The amount of times I've had coal go to waste, it's a lot. We don't like to waste things, so we're going to go ahead and smelt all that up. And whilst I'm thinking about it, we need to complete this quest here soon, and then we need to get some copper ingot to now enter the Metal Age, which is going to give us a free 2 diamonds. See, this is why you want to actually go ahead and complete your things. Because from that, now we have 5 diamonds. Which diamonds are going to be insanely helpful. And now, we are going to go ahead and, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some, ore doubling. What we need to do is we're going to need to wait for that to go off. Whilst we wait for that, though, I kind of want to get ourselves set up with an iron farm. And this is the reason I actually wanted these villagers, is for iron farms. These are basically 1-block iron farms. And it's crafted with 2 iron, a stone, a bucket of lava, and some glass panes. Now, this is really helpful since over here, I believe... yes, right down here, there was a whole thing of lava. So with this stuff, which, by the way, in this mod pack, you can actually make yourself copper shears, which I find really interesting. But anyways, we're going to get ourselves... We need 1 more piece of copper. Perfect. We're going to turn these into blocks. Blocks of copper. We're going to grab ourselves some sticks. And with these sticks, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves our first ore hammer. Copper ore hammer. What this does is, as you can see, we put this raw iron in here. We get 2 iron dust. So we got 25 iron here. And we got ourselves our other achievement, which gave us another ore hammer. That's really useful. We got some more ore doubling. Nice. We're going to go ahead and take this copper out of here. We're going to put in our iron instead. And whilst I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and sleep through the evening. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to go get the lava, so that we can actually go ahead and make ourselves this iron farm. Because iron is a massive thing that we are going to run out of a lot. So getting this iron farm set up as soon as possible, sooner rather than later, is definitely a lot better. And with these iron nuggets, we can actually go ahead and really quickly make ourselves another iron ingot. And I'm actually curious, what was that was just there? Because it said there was 2 things. Oh, it's just the same thing. That's really helpful. We can just craft... We can either craft an iron ingot or an iron ingot. Very sophisticated. Now, as you can see, this is the lake of lava that is here. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 buckets of this, head on back to our base... And now we're going to go ahead and take some of this cobblestone. We're going to take about 4 pieces of it. We got our iron all smelted up, and we're going to go ahead and smelt up this cobblestone and turn it into normal stone. Whilst we wait, we're going to go ahead and grab this glass. We're going to turn these into glass panes. And we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started on a really, really basic iron farm. So now what we should just be able to do is go ahead and boom. We got ourselves an iron farm in a single block. Now, how this works, we're going to need to craft ourselves a couple of chests. Which, by the way, for people who don't know, you can actually craft yourself a chest using just the birch logs in this mod, and you can get basically every kind of chest there is in the game, which is really helpful. The funny thing is that all of the chests look the exact same because of the Christmas event, so we're going to go ahead and now take this, and we're going to make ourselves a hopper. Now, how this iron farm works is, first of all, we're going to need to set a dedicated chest for it. So let's go ahead and, where should we put it? Let's put it here for now. So we're going to put the iron farm here. As you can see, there's a little zombie inside of it. We're going to go ahead and place this chest down here. Put this hopper on top of it. And now with our villagers that we captured... So now what this guy is going to do is basically he is going to get threatened by this zombie, and then after, I believe, like 1 to 2 minutes, he's going to spawn, die to this lava, And then all of his drops are going to be funneled into this chest, and that is basically an infinite iron farm. I am going to have to disable the sounds from these guys because they do get quite loud, as you can see. And there's actually a way to do that with this muffling thing, and it's bound to this specific location. And as you can see, we can just muffle the sound, and those sounds, basically, they get to be disabled in this certain radius, which is incredibly useful, especially if you don't want to hear these guys make their noises, because that definitely will get annoying. Also, I don't know what is going on with this, but my waypoints randomly keep disappearing, and I'm not sure why. But we're going to just need to probably keep track of our location and just go off of that. Now, I just was looking outside. What is that bee? This is from the mod Productive Bees. It's a blue banded bee, but it looks like its textures aren't working right? Interesting. So, we're going to be... Now, while we wait for that whole thing, first things first, we're going to go ahead and actually chunk load our home. So, we're going to go ahead and claim that. And what that's going to do is basically, while we're gone, this iron farm is going to constantly be running. And it'll get us our iron golem drops even when we're not around. Whilst we wait, we're going to get into a mod called Silent Gear. Now, what Silent Gear is for making tools. And what we're going to first make is a pickaxe. And to do that, all we need to do is we need to get some gravel, get some flint, and then we can just go ahead and take that flint with wood and make templates, and we can basically make our own tools. And this is going to be extremely helpful later on. Also, this is a new area. I keep finding all these new areas. I don't want to head down there quite yet. I kind of want to just look for gravel, and it looks like if we just head over here, there will be an abundance of gravel. Yes, there is. This is a gravel desert, I believe. Gravel beach. So we're going to just ultimine that, and we are going to get ourselves 12 flint. Now, that is going to be insanely useful. We're going to take back this gravel for later. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're basically going to take this flint and surround it in logs. Or how do you do this? Oh, it's only 2. Actually, it's only 1, so we only need 1 flint and 1 log to make 6 template boards. And these are incredibly useful. We're going to go ahead and make our first pickaxe using them. And since we have a diamond, actually, we can go ahead and do a couple of things. Now, we're going to go ahead get into here before we start doing all this. So, what we're going to do, and whilst we were gone, as you can see, we got 3 iron. That is how useful this is. It's a 1-block item that just generates you passive iron. So useful. We're eventually going to get like 8 of these in the early game because I do not want to have to go mine for iron. So eventually we're going to just get like 9 of these going at once, and it's going to be so useful. It's going to be so useful. So now that we have ourselves these templates, what we can do is we can basically put them across like this. Well, first things first, let's get some sticks. And if we go ahead and do this, we get ourselves a pickaxe template. And all we need to do with this, let's see if it recognizes this pickaxe template. There we go. Now all we need to do is we just need to put this pickaxe template into the crafting table, put some iron across like that, and it will make us an iron pickaxe head. And now we have completed this quest line, and we will get a couple more template boards. And then we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a silent gear pickaxe. But before we do that, we're really quickly going to make ourselves a template for the handle. So how you do that is you get sticks, 2 sticks down the side, 2 of those up, and we get a tool rod template. And what we're going to do with this is we are going to go ahead, get ourselves some copper, because we're going to need 2 copper. Copper, in my opinion, is one of the better tool rods in the early game. So all you do is you go 2 up, place this in here, and we get 4 copper tool rods. Combine one of those in there with a iron pickaxe head, and we got ourselves an iron pickaxe. And that is going to complete this quest for us. And as you can see, this is how this iron farm works. This guy gets scared, generates us an iron golem, and that is going to generate us a nice 5 iron ingots. Incredibly powerful. So now with that in mind, we're going to go ahead, we're going to make ourselves an iron rod. And with this diamond, it's really nice that we have these diamonds. With one of these diamonds, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a repair kit using 5 iron, 1 diamond, and 1 iron rod. We now get a sturdy repair kit. And this is going to complete us a quest of basically fixing our items. Incredibly helpful. Then what we need to eventually do is get blueprints. These are basically templates, but they're permanent. So they are incredibly helpful. This will also give us a reward, it seems. So eventually we just need to get some blueprint paper. But you're probably wondering, why is this so important? Well, this counts as a... this toolkit basically can store different items in it. Specifically graded materials. So as you can see, it's copper in here. 8 copper in here. So if we were to, like, let's say, let's just damage it by breaking this tree. If we were to damage this item by breaking this tree, and if we're going to quickly head back inside, if we were to damage it, we could put it in here with the toolkit, and it'll completely repair it. Even though this is an iron pickaxe, because the grade of this is still tier 2, because copper is a tier 2 material, it'll make it so that we can heal it with any tier 2 thing, and that is incredibly powerful. We're going to be doing that with our axe, our sword, and all of our other materials, and we're going to go ahead and actually do that right now. So, what we're going to do, first things first, let's go ahead and make ourselves a sword blueprint, because swords are incredibly useful. So we're going to go ahead and make a sword template, put 2 iron in here, make ourselves an iron sword with this. Perfect. And as you can see, this does 6 attack damage with a 1.6 attack speed. That is pretty good. That's better than our oxidized copper sword. So we could actually throw that away, and we basically could just repair this with more copper. Incredibly powerful, incredibly useful. And what we're going to do is we're going to just basically have that on us at all times. And the last thing that we are going to end up making is an axe, because I do actually want an axe. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and make an axe template. Go ahead and throw 3 iron into there. And then with a copper tool rod, boom. We got ourselves a full set of beginner kind of items. Now, what we can do also, if I'm not mistaken, is there is a tip upgrade, tip blueprint, which requires 1 paper and 1 stone. That's actually really easy to get. So we're going to go ahead and actually try to get that. Actually, it's not as easy as I thought it was to get. We're actually not going to go ahead and get that, because we have no way of getting paper right now. Okay, first things first. If you guys don't know, I share a very large hatred for the Wandering Trader. Because he always has just outright horrendous things. Besides this blaze powder. The blaze powder is actually not bad. But it is time for you to perish. And we are going to kill the llamas as well. Hopefully, this last one gives us some leather. And it does. We need just one more thing of leather, and we can actually then go ahead and make ourselves a backpack. And I honestly think that that would be the best course of action for us. So let's go ahead and look for a cow, and let's just get some leather and make ourselves a backpack. Now, whilst walking here, I did come across this, and I saw this on the minimap, and as you can see underneath it, that's a lot of obsidian. We are going to definitely be going for that at some point. Hi. Was good. You want to talk? Because I know I don't. So we're going to go ahead and avoid that guy. But we need to make sure that we know that that is there, because that is for applied energistics, which we will definitely be getting into later on in this series. But first things first, let's go ahead and actually look for some leather. So it turns out finding a cow is actually just really difficult. So I was looking, and we came across this apotheosis tower. So we're going to go ahead and head up here and actually loot it, because I have yet to find another cow, and this is just free loot. We're going to go ahead and sneak up here. Doesn't seem like there's a chest up here. Oh, nope, there it is. It's just hidden under here, which is kind of interesting. But also we get more of that stuff, and we get iron gloves. And we get some chainmail leggings that give us 5 armor. This is 4 armor. And this gives us movement speed, actually. And then we get some gold and a bucket from that. That's really good. And as you can tell, we are definitely moving faster than we were before. Now let's go ahead and figure out where this cow is. Whilst on my journey to look for a cow, which, by the way, I still haven't found even after, like, 5 minutes of looking, these little bees. The little bees got little hats on them for Christmas. That is so adorable. I wish this was like a thing that could be permanent, but they aren't gonna have hats after the Christmas event. But still, it's really, really cute. So I'm still looking for the leather. But it looks like I found a mob spawner in the overworld. So we're going to go ahead and break this really quick. That guy has some massive reach. Okay, so we need to get rid of this tiny pile of nickel. Essences of death. That's what just nearly killed me. Okay. I hate those tiny little things. But let's see what's in here. There's some gold. Some iron. Nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of this quarried stone. We got a lead. This could be useful. And these skeleton skulls are actually pretty damn useful. Everything else there's kind of weak. Well, time to go back on the hunt to look for some cows. And as I say that, I find a cow. Come on, give me some leather. This is literally the first cow I've seen in, like, all day. And we got 4 leather. Get out of here, skeleton. Dude, this literally took so long for us to find. It actually wasn't even funny. Oh, okay. That took so long. I am glad that is over. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and type /home. And it'll teleport us right back to our home. And we're going to go ahead and sleep through the evening. Now, the reason we even went out to get this stuff in the first place was so that we would have enough leather to go ahead and make ourselves a backpack. However, as you can probably see, or maybe don't, we are missing string. So we need to kill some spiders. And that gave us 3 string. We need just 1 more string. Now, we're heading down this cave that I just found, and that is a really cool looking ore, and that is dimensional shard ore, which we need. Just dig right across, and perfect. We get 13 dimensional shard ore. That is going to be insanely helpful later on. Now, what I need is a spider. And this goes down to deep slate level. Oh, and that is osmium. Wow. This is crazy. And that's platinum. And that's GregTech redstone, isn't it? No, that isn't. That's something else. But look, we found osmium. Look at that. That is so much osmium. Oh, we're set. We are so set. Osmium is basically like the second best ore in the game. And that's the spider we need. Come here, spider. And there's the string. Oh, and we completed a spider killing quest, so we're gonna get spider eyes. I thought that was gonna give string. Never mind. That was not worth it. However, as you can see, that is a spider cave. Oh, we gotta look at that next episode. That is so cool. Whilst we're here, though, let's go ahead and get some redstone. And, let's make note of this platinum that is here. Because platinum will be insanely helpful later on. Oh, and bort. We need this bort. This stuff is used to make, rings, I believe. And it's really good. We're gonna end up, definitely wanting to use those. So yeah, I think now is a good time to head back, and we are going to go ahead and make ourselves a backpack. But yeah, definitely in the next episode, I want to look through that and try to see what stuff we can find in there. And the nice thing about this little area is we can just get out of here by going up this water. And as you can see, it doesn't even take much time at all to get up. So we can just get up here and then head back to our base, which is just over in that direction. Now, with this string and this leather that we have, we can go ahead and make ourselves a backpack. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some wood here. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves that. Put 4 string on each side, 3 leather across, and this is sophisticated backpacks. Woo! That's awesome. And from getting osmium, we got actually a little bit more osmium, and we got our first trophy, which is the Sword of Alfred GG. We both can collectively agree that we hate llamas. And this is proof of that. I really wish that the no soliciting sign was in here like it was in the other all the mods, but it is what it is. And with this hammer, we are going to go ahead and really quickly take this iron, and we are going to go ahead and double it. And we're going to take out this stone, go ahead and put our stuff in there. And we're actually going to also go ahead and double up this osmium. We were not able to double all of it, but we were able to double basically all of it. So we're going to go ahead and throw that into there. This is going to give us iron, and as you can see, this farm is, while we were just gone, has gained us 38 iron ingots. That is the power of this simple little farm. Just throughout this episode, it's been going along and just getting us iron, which is incredibly useful. And with this iron, we're going to go ahead and take this backpack surrounded in some iron, and we are going to get ourselves an iron backpack, which is a quest that will give us, an augment for speed. That reminds me, whilst we're here, let's go ahead and take these out. We're going to pick up this furnace, and we're going to go ahead and put this furnace actually into this crafting table, surround it with iron, and get ourselves an iron crafting table. Also, we're going to put that bow in the garbage, and we're going to go ahead and claim all of that good stuff. Apparently, we haven't claimed something else, so we're going to go ahead and look for that. Where have we not claimed something? From the backpacks, we get 2 items. We get a bucket, and we get a glyph of summon wolves. This is from the Ars Nouveau mod. That'll be useful later on. I'm not sure what for, but I know for a fact that that will be incredibly useful. And with this iron furnace, we can go ahead and put a speed augment into it. And with this... No. No. That's an apotheosis boss. They're outlined for a good period of time, and that one's an epic boss. He most likely can, like, one-shot me at this point, so we are not going to even bother going next to him. But as you can see, it does take 2 of this to make a single ingot, so we're probably going to end up taking that out for now, simply because I just want the efficiency, and eventually we'll be able to double our speed without needing to double the cost of fuel. But yeah, we got ourselves iron, and we now have ourselves some osmium. And what this beautiful stuff is able to do is we're able to turn this into armor. And as you can see by those stats, this armor is even stronger than diamond armor. Like, this stuff is really good. Now, this thing has 25% movement speed, so we're going to actually keep that. And we're going to hopefully get that off of here, or maybe even just potentially upgrade this to become better. And then with the rest of this osmium, we're also going to just go ahead, because this is our leather tunic. It's not really good at this point. Even with the resistance, it's not that good. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves some osmium armor. Place that. And as you can see, we already have above diamond in terms of our armor bar. And what we're going to do with this, the last bit of this, is we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a helmet. Which we're going to take that off and put that on. And then last but not least, we are going to take this osmium and we are going to go ahead and make ourselves some boots. After this smelts up, we're going to go ahead and take this and we are going to go ahead and make ourselves some boots. And just like that, we have a full set of osmium gear, which is incredibly going to help us out. Because this stuff is, like, insanely strong. Like, look at this. 8 armor for the single chest plate. That's like literally comparing that to diamond, this is literally just better than diamond, because this only has 2 armor toughness. This has 3, and it gives knockback resistance. Like, osmium is just so strong. And also, since we are at this tier, this is a tier 3 item, I believe. With this, we are going to go ahead and we are going to make ourselves our osmium gear, which means we're going to upgrade our tool set to osmium. So what we're going to do with that, we're going to go ahead and grab 2 logs, put them into here with flint, get some template boards. We're going to go ahead and grab some wood. We're going to go ahead and use this, get ourselves some sticks. And then with that, we are going to go ahead and take these templates. We're going to make ourselves first a pickaxe template. And then after that, we're going to make a sword template. And then last but not least, we are going to make an axe template. And that will give us a full set of stuff. So first things first, let's go ahead and upgrade our pickaxe by just putting some osmium right across. That is an osmium pickaxe head. And all we have to do is we can just combine this in here, and boom, we have ourselves an osmium pickaxe. And then we keep this iron head, so we can use that for later on if we want to. But now we just have an osmium pickaxe that has really high durability, with 500 durability, which is double the iron pickaxe. So, incredibly useful. We're going to go ahead and restock that, get some coal, turn that into tiny coal, and then throw that tiny coal into there. Let's clean up our inventory a little bit. Now, in the next video, what we probably need to do is in the next episode, we're gonna need to definitely upgrade our storage, upgrade our base overall, and probably do a couple of other things as well. But before we leave, let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead now and make our osmium sword blade, which makes us an osmium sword that does 8 attack damage. That is incredibly nice for a sword. And then we are going to make ourselves an osmium axe, which this is just incredibly powerful. So we've upgraded our tools and everything like that. We're going to go ahead and actually, let's go ahead and trash these iron bits because we don't actually need these anymore. And they're just going to take up more space. But yeah, this is our gear now. We have a really decked out thing of gear. And, we actually have enough gold to go ahead and turn our backpack into a gold backpack. And if you guys look into this backpack, look at all of this storage. This is going to help us out so incredibly much. We're going to be able to basically fill this thing up 3 inventories worth of items, which is insanely helpful. And I do believe that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think I should do next in the next episode, as we are going to probably end up going into that cave system, looking for some loot, and probably getting some early game power options. Thank you all for watching, and until the next episode, peace out.